I have to admit, lately what I've done with the Genesis peripherals, I'm really getting fond of their products in terms of their stepping up with the quality, design and everything else. But today, well, it's not going to be different, I hope so. But today we're going to talk about Genesis THOR 660. This is 60% wireless mechanical RGB gaming keyboard, and I'm so excited, not because I have the white version here, but also because I have the black one as well. So we're going to actually have two keyboard review on this one video, and I wanted to have both of these because they're both just outstanding by design, by the looks, what I've seen on the Genesis official website, and I wanted to have both of those just to give you guys some insights and that you can actually combine it with your setup and make it look perfect. But before I say, yeah, go do that, let's open the boxes, let's check them out from up close, let's do some typing, check out if the keyboard has some echo while typing, stabilization, RGB, PBT pudding, double shot keycaps. Yeah, they have those as well. So let's go, let's unbox them and let's check it out. Before we go into any details, I'm just going to mention that both keyboards have get on red switches, but we'll get to that part later on and we'll check out all the details from up close and of course the sound of get on red switches, even though I think you already heard how they sound. Now, the white version has white pudding PBT double shot keycaps and the black version has the black ones. It's quite logical, right? Now, right here, I also have the accessory kit, well, accessory stuff that you get inside the box. For the white keyboard, you get the white Type-C cable, and for the black keyboard, you get the black Type-C cable, and for each keyboard, you get a white keycap remover, which is handy and quite easy to remove since the edges of the keyboard are quite close to the key and you do really need a keycap remover. Now, checking out the keyboard, I mean, the pudding PBT double shot keycaps are quite outstanding. You already know the durability and quality of those, and it's much better than the standard ABS plastic. Plus, when you turn on the RGB, the light effects are really insane. If you want to go with a static color, if you want to go with RGB, it's all up to you, but let me just show you. At the back you have an on-off switch, and when you turn it on, the RGB madness can start. And usually when we talk about brands that have keyboards, peripherals in this price category, I wouldn't say that I would be so satisfied with RGB as much as I'm satisfied on this one, because first of all, okay, putting PBT double shot keycaps have much more greater, let's say, aura or shining through since we have an opening on the sides. But if we remove that part completely and check out just the top parts where you have the lettering, it's really nice see-through, and let me just show you on the black one as well. Now, this is also a cool comparison because now you can actually see the RGB and how it looks compared to each keyboard. Checking out, since we have a white and a black version, the black version has more darker colors when we're talking about RGB. Maybe it's a preset, maybe it's something that you could change, but I encountered that already on other keyboards with different color scheme going on for the RGB because of the dark colors of the keyboard and the light colors of the keyboard. Of the RGB is actually quite alright because the white version has lighter colors, lighter, I don't know, green, blue, purple, pink, and then we have a bit darker ones because checking it out like this, they really do seem lighter. It might be because this is a darker keyboard, so it might actually have something to do with that, but this isn't the first time that I encountered it. So yeah, the cool thing about the keyboard, you actually don't have a receiver for wireless technology, so you have an option to connect the keyboard with up to 3 devices. So you have left shift for Bluetooth 1, you have the left control for Bluetooth 2 and left alt for Bluetooth 3. This is quite cool because you can pair up 3 devices, you can switch between those devices without any issues or trying to reconnect or stuff like that. It really gives you some sort of a freedom while connecting and working. Now, here we go. As you might have noticed, I pressed a key just to have the lights back on, but here's the thing, it's really nice actually. It turns off, it switches off if there isn't any actual usage of the keyboard, and that saves the battery life without a doubt. Now, what I've noticed while talking here is that every single key on this keyboard has a function button. It has literally so much functionality right here on this keyboard, and I would say, and I think you'll agree with me, that this keyboard has the most multifunction keys amongst all 60% keyboards. Now, let me just start. You have an escape, okay, that's somewhat refresh, I don't know for what reason. Then you have from F1 to F12. Remember, we're talking about 60% keyboard which doesn't have dedicated Fs, so that's it. Backspace is also a delete. You have on-off switch for your RGB. You have pause, screw lock, print screen, insert, home, page up, page down, end. That's all normal. The only actual key that doesn't have a multifunctional button and multifunctional purpose is enter, space, and the right alt. The FN is quite normal to have it here because you use it for those multifunctional buttons. Now we have a possibility to adjust the lights. Caps lock is caps lock, Bluetooth 1, 2, 3, you already know that. You have a Windows lock button, macro, arrows. You have adjusting the brightness of the RGB. You have some Windows keys to adjust the screens, or basically to open all windows so you can easily choose and swap between. Then we have more for adjustment the brightness. We have multimedia buttons and some multifunctional buttons as well. From Z to M, you have the possibility to go to internet browser. You have calculator, favorites, music, home, email, whatever. It's not fully wireless in terms of you don't have a wireless receiver, but I would say if you have a quite outstanding motherboard in terms of going with Bluetooth connectivity, you could actually game on this one with Bluetooth connection and not use a cable. If you're not big fan of the cable, that's it. So yeah. Now here's one more thing. At the bottom we have 4 rubber feet which will keep the keyboard steady as always. You have no possibility to raise the keyboard up or down or to adjust the height, but I would say this keyboard actually has quite nice height and the angle, so you can type in quite nicely. Now on the far right side, on the edge, you basically have a THOR 660 logo, which comparing it to the whole chassis, which is matte finish, you have it gloss, so it doesn't stick out, but it's still there. As for Genesis naming, you have quite subtle Genesis lettering on the spacebar. Now let's check out the typing. I'm quite curious how it will actually work, and of course the get on red switches. You might be already familiar, as I already said, with Getron red switches. They are lighter and somewhat smoother than the actual MX red switches, and of course we have some details about those. You have actuation force at 45 grams, pre-travel is 2 millimeters, distance, total distance is 4 millimeters, behavior is linear, and they even sound quite alright, that much as I would say this keyboard kind of makes it more clickier than they should be. But here's the catch. There is literally no echo from pressing any of the buttons, which is outstanding, of course. But here's another thing. Space and all the larger buttons don't have a single wobble. The spacebar, as you can hear maybe, has a different sound, and I think the sound is a bit dampened down. That might be because of the stabilizers. Enter and shifts are well stabilized. Even the keys which are standing on the switch are quite stable. So I would say there's no echo, which is outstanding because they did a perfect job placing these switches on the main board, and of course the keycaps that don't create additional noise that they shouldn't in general. And all keys are stable, so that is quite cool. Now what I wanted to say at the beginning, lately I've been working quite a lot on Genesis peripherals, and what I see a pattern here that Genesis is really giving an effort to produce more quality peripherals and pushing actually the quality quite up, and these are one of those products that are, well, sorry, there's also this one, that are going quite up with quality. You have a nice heavy keyboard actually, which you would be surprised since it's plastic, but double shot PBT keycaps, quite outstanding, and you know the quality already. I don't have to mention that already. You have Gatron switches, these ones are red. You have quite nice enjoyment while typing. It's not something that you won't be used to quite quickly. And the cool thing, all the keys have multifunctional buttons, so you're well covered if you're switching from a bigger keyboard, not the full size, then you'll have to sacrifice the numerical pad. But from TKL to 60%, this keyboard covers everything. 3 Bluetooth devices can be connected, or if you wish to be secure, let's say with the connectivity, you can always use the detachable USB Type-C cable, built-in rechargeable battery, which is recharged with USB Type-C, and Bluetooth is with low latency, so that's cool. And you have a software to back everything up. When we're talking about the battery size, it's 3000 milliampere hours, so I think that's quite enough for, my guess, maybe even more than a week, up to 10 days. If you're constantly having an RGB backlight, if you're using it via Bluetooth, of course you're using it via Bluetooth, there's no other way to use this keyboard wireless without Bluetooth. But gaming constantly, working constantly, I would say a week. I think that would be somewhere around that, and that would be quite nice. I have to admit, to Genesis, they really did create an outstanding keyboard. I would say best buy for the 60% keyboard with putting PBT double shot keycaps, Gatron switches and everything else. Definitely a best buy badge needs to go for these ones. Outstanding, love it. Description, check out the link for both keyboards. I'll place for the black version and for the white version, so you can choose what's your favorite and basically have it in your setup. That's it for today, guys. Hope you liked the video, because I really enjoyed reviewing this, and I was really excited when they arrived for review. I was really looking forward to this one because it's just really compact. Of course, all 60% keyboards are compact. What am I saying? But this is it. Best Buy 60% keyboard. One more time. Links are below. Check it out. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell as well, so you don't miss any future videos. And hopefully I will see you in another one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.